Now what's weird, I just, in preparing the stream today, I looked at the category for Stanley Parable, and there's somebody who's streaming this game, and they have 1,000 views, 1,000 viewers. So I was really surprised to see the Stanley Parable 1.1k viewers. It threw me off so hard. Yeah, I'm slowly getting back into running again. I want to do it more often. Content warning. I'll turn off that because that's the time loss. What? What is this? Milestone achieved. GDM watched 3 consecutive streams this month and sparked a watch. What is that? What the fuck is that? That's new. I didn't. That's a thing? Bro, imagine all the people getting that when watching Brophy streams. Oh my god. Oh, the spam. What is that? That's so weird. Okay, sure. Sure, I guess. That's new. Oh, okay. And long run mode, clear. That's rude. I did not know that's a thing. That's new. I don't know what it does. What does it do? Like what why? So it's so irrelevant. Interesting.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to it. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. But
Nice. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. God damn it. Oh wow, never mind.
all of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Game is too generous.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Yes, truly a room worth admiring. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
DiNmiTe. Thank you, Hammer, for the 3 months.
So bad at following directions.
Welcome back.
It's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Yeah, I need to fix so much things. I need to fix the like the alerts. I kind of want to change it, but Stream Elements is quite limiting in what you can do. So I gotta play around with it.
You didn't think I was actually just a recording, did you? What a silly and trite explanation that would be. All the back and forth between you and me, all the absurd adventures we've been through, and it all turns out I'm just a tape recording.
FPS is still stuttering. Why?
Just in Stanley's head.
Why? What's causing this? I can close Discord. I don't need Discord, do I?
Every time you watch a
close
movie
Discord.
where it turns out all to be in the main character's imagination, you must absolutely
Everything that's not
in
needed.
pure shock at the phenomenal and intricate storytelling. It must be so simple to be you. Life being an unending waterfall of surprises and delights. How much more exciting you must find the world than the rest of us do.
Okay, I'll just soldier on and see if I can figure out.
What you've done to me. This is all your fault.
Yeah, I got time loss here, but I gained more time my PB, so it should be fine.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps
What
he
record
suddenly
yet?
missed a memo.
Soon, TM.
Oh,
I'm just struggling with
content.
weird tech
What does that
issues.
mean?
I don't know why.
New content.
Stream is you can see it stuttering for no reason. I don't understand why. Something's being throttled. It's confusing me.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know,
Oh, the sound's always gonna be fucked because of my
2013 on
Bluetooth
home computers.
headset. That's kind of old. They're not using
After
enough
critical and commercial
like high quality
success,
stuff.
It was expanded upon in 2022.
It's always gonna be bad
with the
until I
Stanley
upgrade.
Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers.
I don't know, Bluetooth.
The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds
There you go.
delightful.
Oh.
I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
Oh my god, please stop
Okay,
this.
so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
Something's taking up like GPU and CPU, and I don't know why.
Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere? Oh, here we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's
do it. I'll have my task manager open in the
I
background.
have to say, initial
I can
impressions
figure
of
out
Stanley
what's
Parable
going
Ultra
on.
Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if them. Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
Give me the content, Stanley.
All right. Let's see. It's the jump circle.
The jump circle?
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else. For goodness. Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content?
Could it be?
If this is new content, then I could just
I disabled GeForce Experience.
Right there. Hell, I could counter 30 trillion. You could put that on the
It
box.
could just be placebo, but I don't see anything. I don't see frames dropping.
With over 1,000 hours of new
That'd be
content.
the problem?
And oh wait,
I don't know.
there's more.
Very good.
Yes, I knew there had to be something else.
Hopefully this
Let's
keeps
see
up,
it.
because then
I'm ready for
if
whatever
it does, I can
is.
figure out what's going on.
That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me
Easy
started
dollar.
on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm
what the
infuriated
whoa.
and I'm offended, and I intend to
Whoa, that's
freeze
scary.
people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we
Whoa,
just
Jesus.
reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about.
No
No
frills,
frills,
no
no
gimmicks.
Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
We're in the green for my balance splits, crazy. Okay, this section is the biggest test of like FPS drops because of CPU. Here we go. This is the test.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past, and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special, and tucked
There
it
it
away
is.
here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret.
Ah,
Take a look.
it drops off, but
the
not as bad as
memory
last
zone.
time.
It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories, so I can relive the peak
I guess it
experiences
could be-
of my life
it could be worse.
whenever I want.
I'll
Experiences
accept
like
it.
the launch of the Stanley Parable
I'll deal
on
with it.
PC.
We're fine.
You see, Stanley, doesn't the memory zone remind you of how wonderful And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling
Could
writes,
be
and I quote,
studying and practicing
"We're so
instead
many
of watching
games
a Stanley Parable
historically more than
speedrun
games, and
GDM.
that less than any form of art. Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them, and now it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content. Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone, to spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories. These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here? Oh no.
Oh God, no.
Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they? Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion.
I could try to just properly... Why are these up? What the fuck?
The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny with his humor and...
Let's lower every setting for proper speedrun, you know what I mean? There we go. Proper speedrun.
More irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a dense...
Zooming now, yep. It was so quick.
Philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them. Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good,
speed.
For someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast.
Preachy?
Stanley, I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did. But
maybe it wasn't.
Dear, what an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks are my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel...
like a failure.
Like I let these people down. What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button.
A skip button?
A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have. And here it is.
And here it is.
Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue.
And now we wait for 4 minutes.
Well, there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption... Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45...
Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're... Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. Oh,
Hello,
it's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about...
Loud and annoying. So loud. There you go.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they nagged.
How long this section is. It's so long.
The end is never 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 the end is
never the end. It's never the end. Okay, so okay, so is whenever my GPU decides to just take the load of this game is where the stutters, the FPS drops come in. Because now for some reason, instead of my CPU processing this, my GPU processing it. Okay, that's narrowed it. I've narrowed it down the cause of this. I gotta force my... Okay, after this one, I think I have to go backwards. I need to force my CPU to do all the processing, not my GPU. It's messing stuff up otherwise. Very annoying. Nice. Now you wait. Nice.
All of his co-workers were gone.
What could it mean?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh, good. You noticed my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you. You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra-deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra-deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
Yes, you see.
Isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for. Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true.
It's true.
Onto the bucket, the many disorienting
oh my god, listen to that.
Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect
solution.
Come on, give it a try. Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person. The benefits of the bucket seem to go on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2. Does anyone give out awards for... Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features. Collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you're running around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big, calling it the Stanley Parable 2.
And they give you a big what narrator?
Than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What
does that even mean?
All right, have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
What does that even mean?
So, Stanley,
nice, good time. That felt,
felt
clean.
All the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly
very
clear
good
yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul.
It's going to work.
There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay, are you ready? Here it is. I give you
the Stanley Parable 2. Nice.
Well, I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on, let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2. Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags.
A lot of gags.
And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen.
This run is good, so I'm not gonna do the strat here to go a bit faster.
This is the Stanley
I'm not even gonna
Parable
bother.
2. Let me see if I can whip something.
I don't think it really saves any time.
All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Yeah, I'll just let it do that. Wow. Okay. 8, 7, 6. I'm gonna take the bucket. I think it's faster taking the bucket. 5, 4. Come on, game. 3. God damn. 2, 1. Ah. Ah, sad.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it
So I gotta
mean?
take the bucket. I
Stanley
think it can be
decided
faster
go
to
the
take
route.
it.
Stanley picked up the bucket.
Oh my god, it's long haul. Okay, this run is dead. I want to finish it for practice. This run is dead. Long hallway is not good to have.
Stanley clutched the bucket
It's
tightly
dead.
to his chest and entered the door on his
I want
left.
to keep going for practice though.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for
Unfortunate.
collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a
job well done.
You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and
Luck,
every
where are
moment
you?
you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
I think this is faster because you can avoid the
Another miniature Stanley
part where they
figurine.
play the
There's
new age
some-
music.
you know, there really
That's
must
my
be a
thinking of
snappy
like the
name
doors
for these
open much
things.
earlier.
Mini stands.
But there's no point having that time save if I'm gonna get
What about
long hallway.
Stanlurines? Yes, I think I like that. Another
Stanlurine under your belt. This I think will be a 20-second time loss, I think, compared to this.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any. But Stanley guessed the correct code by.
Actually, it might. Oh wait,
The bucket knew all along. Was the bucket?
bro, there's so much more time. Oh wait,
This is certainly the most logical explanation.
8, 7. My plan is smart. It worked. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh my god. Okay, this run is like borderline gonna die.
Stanley knew the office layout like the back of his hand. It was only a matter of time before he found the others, wherever they were. Just a matter of time.
But yeah, so okay, so my thinking worked out. Taking the bucket there is much faster, because you avoid the new age music. So when I get a short hallway next time,
Perhaps he
that
wanted to
should
stop by the
mean
employee lounge
that's a
first, just to admire it.
8-second time
Wow.
save.
Yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Ah, the time. Oh, look at the time. Oh, look at this. The time loss.
Stanley was so bad
Wow.
at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Ah, yeah, I think bad there as well. Oh well. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh my god, this run is so crap. Actually not getting
Stanley
anything.
had never seen the office this brightly lit. Was it a sign of something? He hoped it was. He hoped very much that it was. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first,
Just to admire it.
The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others?
Look at the time loss.
Convinced
Here
that I
it
want
comes.
something bad to happen to you?
Here
Well,
it comes.
I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. And
Oh my god. Not that bad actually. I'm 9 seconds faster than my PB.
Stanley, I'm sorry,
Not bad.
but I have to put a pause on things. It's those figurines, those figglers. I haven't stopped thinking about them since you nabbed every last one. Wasn't it just the most intrinsically fulfilling moment of your entire life? Didn't it fill you to the brim with inner richness? Yes, I know we're supposed to be telling a story, but won't you please indulge me with one more trip back to the memory zone? I would love nothing more than to revisit the figurines. Just one more time.
Yep, there it is. Some of it. Not bad. I don't understand this system at all. It's so dumb.
Here's where it all began. The first
collectible.
Back then, we had no idea of how many of them we'd find. Sure, it said 6 right there on the screen, but how could we know for certain? We were so innocent.
We'll never be like that again, Stanley.
And here was a second Stanlurine. I'll be honest, back then I had no faith in you to find any of them, let alone 6. But you continue to surprise me in all sorts of mundane, unremarkable ways. Okay, let's do a little quiz. Which of these rooms was the room you found your third mini Stan? Can you remember? Hey, that's exactly right. It was here in the boss's bathroom. It was the third one. You picked it up, and then after that, you had 3 of them. I'm glad these moments are so crystal clear in your memory, but I shouldn't be surprised. After all, science tells us that it's impossible to forget your third time doing anything. Let's see, what came next? Oh yes, we found a Figley in this pink room. Oh well, I can't actually say I remember being in this room, but it's here in the memory zone.
It must have happened.
This was the 5th mini Stan, and this one was really something special. It was in the warehouse. I remember it so clearly. In fact, because this one is particularly special to me, I made a little video to commemorate the occasion. Enjoy.
Damn it. You found it near the cargo lift. Thanks for watching.
Takes you back, doesn't it? I spent a lot of time making that video, but it was 8 minutes I wouldn't have spent on anything else. And then, Stanley, then we came to the last collectible, the final figurine, right here by the red and blue doors. This memory is the most distinct and clear in my mind, perhaps because it was the one that happened more recently than all the others. Who can truly say how the mind works? All I know is that this is the moment where you picked up a Figley and I thought to myself,
yes, that's all of them. They're all collected.
It was a moment unlike any other. Except for the other moments picking up figurines, which it was exactly like.
Forgot right-clicking is walk as well in this game. I'm not used to that.
And then there was no more. Because we've caught up to the present moment. Nothing left to do but move onward into the future.
I will attempt all endings, I think, and see what happens. I'm feeling it.
No,
Let's be a longer stream.
I'm not ready to move on.
Stop the loading screen.
Isn't there some way we can stay here, keep enjoying these figurines? Let's just go backwards. We'll do the memory zone again from the opposite direction. See how that feels. Okay, yes, the room with the red and blue doors. I remember this. I must say, of all the figurines we looked at in our initial tour of the memory zone, this one is the most distinct and clear in my mind. Let's keep going, I want more. And here's where I made that video. Don't you remember the video we watched?
Yes, Theme? Are you okay?
Yes, I love that video.
Ah, that's understandable.
Still don't remember the pink room, Stanley. Still no memory of this one. Good room, though. A solid room. These really were a treat to hunt down. You know, if there had been any kind of reward for finding all of these, it really would have muted the intrinsic joy of collecting them. I'm very glad we resisted the temptation. Next one.
I will be okay now, but if I attempt all endings, I might not be okay after 3 hours, depending on how the run goes.
This was our second Figley.
Don't you remember?
Yes, I remember it too. The past is truly a wonderful thing. Why does anyone ever choose to leave it? This is it. The very first one we found in the exhibit where I introduced you to the Figurines. Oh, I want more memories, Stanley. I want to keep going. What else is there? What came before this?
Understandable.
Look, it's the terrible new content that we were originally sold on. I remember hating it back then, but time does... Oh, yes!
The two doors.
Who could have forgotten that? A classic memory, this one.
I fucking reacted too early. Dumb.
And before everything else, there was your office.
Okay. I have to remember to not quit the game and do the sacrifice ending. So I will have to get a hallway for that.
I can remember.
Get a short hallway, that'd be good.
Yes, I'm remembering something now. I remember before this whole story got started.
Okay, yes, Rob, here we go.
I was different. I used to make big decisions. I was passionate. I was skeptical. I weighed each...
8. Oh, perfect.
Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort. Stanley.
That's a good start. That is a really good start.
And entered the door on his left.
Okay, run is recoverable.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. Stepping in...
Ooh. Now it's the fun uphill part of just climbing the stairs. All right. Love the dramatic music that comes in with this ending. It never gets old. So good. Nice. Time for the constant restarts. Here we go. My watch stops popping off. God damn it. Oh, sorry, hit my mic. Whoops. Bonk. Good to collect data. Two more. Two more of these, and then final splits. Nice. I'll leave it like that, actually. It's fine. Last one. Here you go. Anyone really truly know? like being alone, don't you? Look at that, baby. We're 30 seconds ahead. Let's go. The dream's alive. The dream's alive. Let's swap over to... Let's just go on PP now. Dream's alive. Is it maybe? You can believe the dream's alive. So much waiting in this part of the game. Okay. Okay, now if the game can stop it. Stop it. Go back to using CPU, please. Go back. Swap back. Go on. There we go. We're back. No, we're not. Whatever, I'll deal with it. There he is. He's back. Mr. Bucket. Oh. Nice. This could be a gold. This could be a glod. Employee of the pirate. Lord. World record has been destroyed. Oh, it was 44:25. You've gone 35 seconds faster.